behind the baller. My life is more than money and jewelry. My story's so crazy, dog. I said make a movie behind the baller. I went from playing sports to exotic whips. Ain't gotta tell me, dog, I know I'm the shit behind the baller. My life is more than money and jewelry. My story's so crazy, dog. I said make a movie behind the baller. I went from music exec to this podcast. Now I finally feel at home at last behind the baller.
Yo, what up, everybody? You are listening to a brand new episode of Behind the Baller podcast. I am your host, Benjamin Baller, aka Ben Bling, the Washed Lord, the Korean Jeffrey Wright, the Asian Philip Seymour Hoffman. This is episode 75. We are 3/4 of a century deep in that ass. Shit. We're going to be at episode 100 in no time. And that's when I'm going to do our biggest giveaways. I might actually fuck around and give $1,000 cash apps out. You know what? Maybe I'll do $500 cash apps. Or maybe I'll do, I don't know. We're going to figure it out. Episode 100 is going to be big though. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to definitely give it out, you know, to the real listeners out there that have been fucking with the podcast since day one. Yo, what up, people? I hope you're feeling very decent. I feel like it's getting closer and closer to us getting some real fresh air and maybe pulling up to a Sharky's Mexican pizza restaurant. I don't fucking know. I just had that the other day, man. I was just thinking about it. But listen, don't get confused. Don't be ridiculous. The COVID-19 is still out there. It's still dangerous. In fact, it's now been proven that it's been mutated into 30 different strains, right? And some of you fucks will say, well, don't all flus do that? And don't they all mutate? Listen, and I'll tell you, bitch, I'm not a doctor, but this ain't the flu, okay? Of all those fucking mutations and everything going on with those there's a fucking flu vaccine in existence, all right? And due to the fact that this coronavirus, this specific novel coronavirus is so sophisticated, it might be very difficult to create a vaccine. People are very, you know, they have wishful thinking and they're very positive, the outlook, but let's see, okay? Look, man, I don't know when a vaccine is going to come. So we just got to, you know, we got to be creative. As I mentioned before, you should fucking try to maintain 10 feet away from anyone, period. 6 feet may not be enough, right? Especially if you're somewhere crowded. Just don't be afraid to tell somebody, hey man, back the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And if you have to go out in public and be somewhere where people are going to be at, a market where, you know, whatnot, wear masks, wear gloves, you know, maybe even rock a face shield like I do. I block that shit. So I got the glasses, I got my mask, I got the gloves on, I have the face shield to make sure no one can spit in my shit, whatever. Just anything to block all the motherfucking droplets, okay? Depending on how at risk you are to this, you know, you should take that accordingly to how prepared you should be. You know, the bad news is this shit can kill anyone. People are like, well, it doesn't do, shut the fuck up. Listen, okay? I don't give a fuck if it only kills fucking 3-4%. All right? What I'm saying is you could be in perfect health and be 37. There's a fucking 5-year-old who had no issues. You could be 19. You could be 70, you could be 30. It don't fucking matter. You could be rich, you could be poor, you could be black, you could be Asian, you could be white. This shit can kill anybody. So it's like gambling, okay? I guess the semi-good news is that, you know, if you get it, you'll be somewhat immune to it. I had thought, you know, well, I never did because I've been talking about people getting reinfected and, you know, the Jordan Chechtel was saying that, you know, he doesn't know it, blah, blah, whatever. I mean, at the same time, look, I want to still go with it because people are still, look at Chris Cuomo. He's tripping. His wife got it. He still don't want to see her, even though he's supposedly should be, you know, immune from it, right? He's still scared. And he's had this shit for fucking weeks, like 3 weeks or so, maybe even longer. Damn near a month now. But, again, Jordan Chechtel, man, dope having him on the show. But again, you know, you don't know if you're 100% immune from it once you get, because again, there's all this fucking different strains and different types of shit. Who fucking knows? But I do hope you liked the last episode. As I mentioned, I give the people what they want. That was an opposite opinion of mine in regards to this pandemic. and coronavirus, but we all agree that this shit is for real and it's very dangerous. All right. A major breakout could happen twice or 3 times a year. So I don't know. Life has already changed, whether we want to admit it or not. It has. We just can't go out and be regular. What does that mean? I mean, go ahead and try to go somewhere, and you'll see. It's not fear either. It's just people being cautious. You got the fucking idiots out there. Listen, man. What I'm trying to say is, hugs will be limited to like super close family and knowing if you had a test and whatever it may be. Handshakes will be a thing of the past. We might just have to fuck around and bow to each other, like how Koreans do and Japanese people do. I used to do that shit to all my elders and stuff. But on the positive note, once we really do get a shit ton of testing done, and I'm talking about hundreds of millions of tests, because right now we've done a lot of testing, but they're saying like we should be doing, I forgot what the fuck it was, 20 million tests a day so that we could really be good. We get 20 million. Listen, we get 20 million motherfucking tests. Shit, it'd be crazy. But look, I hope we get all those motherfucking millions of tests done, because I can't wait to go somewhere. Motherfucking anywhere. All right. I got sanitizer, disinfectant ready. I got a bag with all that shit. I got all my PPE gear. And even though they say drinking and smoking weed could make you more susceptible to coronavirus, listen, fuck you, coronavirus. We gonna keep smoking. We gonna keep drinking, because I'm always gonna stay safe and keep shit pushing. Okay. Those are for the people who smoke weed and walk around without a mask, conversing and chilling in crowds or around people without protective gear on and just kind of being, loose and, reckless. I will have my shit ready to go at any time. Anytime I'm in public, I'm ready for Freddy. Okay. No droplets are sneaking around. All right. And seeping into my motherfucking face and my nose and my mouth. No. If I see fools try to if I see any kind of fool step up to me close, like I don't know, and creep up on some fuck shit, I will pull out my pistol and back you the fuck up. All right. Speaking of COVID-19, while we're on this topic, Supreme New York, yes, Supreme is dropping a charity T-shirt collaboration with my big homie, Takashi Murakami. Yes, a fucking actual Murakami Supreme box logo. It's maybe the sickest box logo tee they've ever made. And I've seen all of them, right? All proceeds will go to the victims of coronavirus and COVID-19. I'm not sure how many they made, but thanks to my boy Berto, I was able to secure myself one. Shout out to my man Eddie Cruz. And it was $60 for the tee, and it's at $10 for shipping when I got my little email from Supreme. And I think they drop tomorrow. They drop tomorrow, Friday. I have no idea. I'm sure it's going to sell out. It's going to be a shit show. But I hope they make a shit ton, because it's for a great cause. In other COVID news, not so positive, 15 airline workers, people in the airline industry, have died in the last 2 weeks. And my question is, why are people still flying? And why are airlines operating? Some of you dumb fucks will say, well, people have to go somewhere. And I'm saying, if we're at a stay-at-home order, why are we flying? Period. Okay? If you have a loved one who is dying from it or very sick, you can't go visit them. And you can't even go see them in the fucking hospital that they're at. Okay? One of these deaths was a firefighter, ex-firefighter, and he dedicated his life to helping others. He fucking fought fires. He helped people, 911 calls and all that shit. Good dude. I read a little bit about him, and read some passages from other people that knew him. And he was working as a flight attendant part-time, after he stopped doing firefighting shit. And he was on a flight from Brazil to Miami. And he said that several people on his flight were coughing severely. Okay. His supervisor said, look, you're not allowed to wear masks on the plane, which to me is fucking crazy. I'd have said, fuck you. But the flight attendant, he asked one of the people that was coughing, he's like, hey, are you guys okay? What's going on? What do you guys, what's the deal? And just I made some small talk with them. And this lady, she said, oh yeah, we're coming from a cruise ship where some people were known to be infected by the COVID-19. So we didn't want to continue the cruise. We just wanted to get on a plane back home to America. Okay. You see, right there. Okay. You stupid, selfish bitch. You pretty much, you're one of the fucking people on that plane that have now committed murder. Okay. Yes, it's that deep. It is. Real talk. It's that deep. Because people are coughing. Who else fucking knows how sick the people that were on? What about the motherfucker that was sitting in the row with them? You know what I'm saying? Not everyone has that same type of, the fuck is the word? Anyway, fuck that. I'm not going to focus on that. Bitch is a murderer. All right. That flight attendant, days later, got really fucking sick. Body aches, sore as fuck, no taste. He had all the symptoms. Ended up in ICU with another flight attendant that he knows. They happen to be 3 doors down from each other. And this dude was a flight attendant from a different flight. And then days later, he's in ICU. Days later, he dies from COVID-19 complications. It's fucking insane. Man, I don't know, man. The world's getting crazy. I'm seeing motherfuckers they're still doing car chases, high-speed chases. And, a lot of people have been DMing me about somebody I know. And I just want to say this. We're not going to discuss that on a show. People say, oh, why address it? Because I'd rather address it now so you motherfuckers who've asked, we're not going to talk about that. What we will talk about, though, is that United Airlines, which is one of my favorite airlines, United and Delta is who I have the most points with, right? Yesterday, they announced there would be no more middle seats on their domestic flights, and their first class seats will be solo dolo. So in first class, there's, a row. There's usually A, B, and then D and E, right? Or is it E and F? They just, whatever the fuck they call it. But if there's there'd be seat A and there's no B. Then there'll be seat D, but there's no C. And then, going down the rows, and there's, 2 sections, and the left side, there'll be, the middle seats will be gone. I don't know how much, social distancing that really is, but if, it's tough to wear a fucking N95 mask on a plane, I won't lie to you. But if everyone's wearing a mask, it definitely helps a lot. If you wear the cloth masks, like, I forgot what the fuck, there's this dude who sent it, one of the podcast listeners, Dodger Mask Co. or something, but he sent these dope ass masks. They had a little filter in them. I mean, those will work. And if the other guy's wearing a mask too, who has sick, one of the motherfuckers, it helps a lot. But obviously the best preparation is if, both you motherfuckers are wearing N95s, or both surgical masks. And, I don't know, man, I have some portable Lysol, a little travel size, spraying the motherfucking air every so often, man. I don't know, bro. I just cover I wear a motherfucking face shield. But back to the travel thing. Until we are legit clear to travel or businesses are open, that's when I'm going to wait still another 3 weeks before I actually get on a plane. When they're like, oh yeah, everything's open, the economy's open, like New York is open, boom. I'm still going to wait 3 weeks just to make sure there ain't no motherfucking relapses and no new spikes and shit. What I really want to know is when the White House opens its doors, when the White House opens its motherfucking doors for tourists and they could go do fucking, little school trips and shit, or not school trip, whatever the fuck it is. When the White House opens its doors to the public, okay, when the Bel Air Country Club opens back up for business, that's when I'll feel safer. And I'm still going to wait a motherfucking few weeks. And I don't know. My wife ain't going to let me take Ryder or whatever, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm going fucking crazy, right? But again, I know it exists. I'm not touching my face. I'm covering my motherfucking mouth. Anyways, another thing related to COVID is we applied for the SBA Small Business Payroll Protection Loan, and we got denied. I mean, we hit it on the second day, third day. It was like crazy, and they ran out of money, whatever. Hopefully, on this second run, they're supposed to have $1 trillion or fucking, I forgot how much fucking money, but we didn't get it. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. It's difficult because you got to pay. We're getting killed with the rent regardless and all that, and our expenses are definitely high. So, got to take care of our employees. But Ruth Chris Steakhouse, which what's funny is they are a level above, man, Cheesecake Factory might have the same steak that Ruth Chris Steakhouse does. It's a fucking overrated spot. And Morton's, again, if you guys remember that fuck shit that happened in San Francisco with me at Morton's, man, this place is just so much better. Go to a fucking small place. Don't go to a fucking chain. Anyways, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse got $20 million fucking dollars from the SBA payroll protection loans. It's fucking crazy, man. They got $20 million, okay? There are hundreds, if not thousands of small mom and pop taco shops, Korean noodle houses, little, Vietnamese pho places that got nothing. And Ruth Chris Steakhouse got 20 million. Like, you're talking about working the system. It's fucking crazy. Shake Shack got something like 5 or 10 million and they gave it back. Fucking owner made a statement. He was like, nah, man, I need other businesses to get that assistance. We're going to be all right. And just for that, Shake Shack, I'll be getting one of your delicious chicken sandwiches this weekend. In fact, Shake Shack's chicken sandwiches, the chicken nuggets, flames. So fucking good. Speaking of more delicious, quick food, Carl's Jr., who has had, they've been had the Beyond Burger. You can get the Western, barbecue cheeseburger. I don't say bacon because you can't have bacon if you're eating fucking vegetarian or vegan, right? But you could get the Western barbecue cheeseburger with the Beyond patty. In fact, you could get any fucking Carl's Jr. signature burger and replace it with the Beyond meat patty, okay? But that's not what I'm here to tell you guys. Carl's Jr. now has added a few new items to their menu, all right? I just happened to be there when they did. They now have a Beyond sausage and egg cheese breakfast sandwich, and that shit is delicioso. That motherfucker's so fucking good. No stomach ache, no issues, right? They also got a Beyond sausage breakfast burrito, but I didn't try it yet. Shit looked good, okay? But all this talk about food is making me hungry. And my mother-in-law I can smell it right now. She's making me some Spam and fried rice and egg. So I want to get into this interview with Faze Rain, whose actual name is Nordan, Nordan, not Norman, but Nordan. And he is one of the main owners of the world famous FaZe Clan. Look, guys, no cap. My boy really spoke openly, like, for the first time. And the last few years that I've known him, he's been pretty quiet, all right? He doesn't really do interviews. My boy has struggled with mental health issues and depression. So I just can't tell you how excited I am for you guys to hear this interview for real. It's so fucking good, all right? Yo, Miles, please hit me with a little bit of LL, sir. What up, guys? So Quip, makers of the Quip electric toothbrush, wants you to know the one single discovery that matters most for your dental care is simply this. If you have good habits, you are good. That means brushing for 2 minutes twice a day and flossing regularly, no matter what brand you use. Quip makes that simple, starting with an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and anti-cavity toothpaste. Quip's electric brush has sensitive sonic vibrations with a built-in timer and a 30-second pulse to guide a full and even clean. Plus, Quip delivers fresh brush heads, floss, and toothpaste refills to your door every 3 months with free shipping, so your routine is always right. Join over 3 million healthy mouths and get Quip today, starting at $25. And if you go to getquip.com/baller right now, you'll get your first refill for free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/baller, spelled GETQUIP.com/baller. Yo, what's going on, man? This is your boy Ben Baller, and you already know you are listening to Behind the Baller. We got a special. I always say special, but this is really somebody special. We have a special guest in the house. Yo, we got my boy Nordan,
What's
aka
good behind the baller?
Faze Rain. Yo, let me ask you a question. What do you prefer, Nordan or Faze Rain? Or Rain?
Rain's easier because whenever I say Nordan, people get it twisted. I get Norman, I get Norton, I get all of the above other than Nordan. So I just usually say Rain. It's easier, you know what I mean? But for you, it's Nordan all day.
Why is it Rain though? Where'd it come from? Where did that name come from?
So one of my original friends on Xbox that got me into doing this whole YouTube shit. Well, I mean, I was doing it already, but he kind of was like, I met him through it all, and he lived close to me. And I was pretty sick of my name at the time. I was going through a bunch of different names, and his name was Rainbows, and he's like, just do Rain. It's short for Rainbows. And I'm like, bet. 10 years later, here we are.
That's simple. All right, so you're from Toronto, right?
Yes, sir. Well, Mississauga. It's outside Toronto. So
I know
it's
where
like
that is.
10, 15 minutes outside. Yeah. So Mississauga, born and raised. But I lived in Dubai for about 3-4 years. Abu Dhabi, to be exact.
Really? When?
Yeah, just randomly. When I was like 7 to 11, right before my dad dipped. Yeah.
And how old are you now?
I'm 23, about to be 24 in a month.
All right, and you're Arab. What's your ethnicity? I'm sorry, I never asked you that before.
My ethnicity, for the most part, it's I'm pretty mixed. That's why it's always been like a tough answer. Like technically, I say Syrian, but I'm actually Palestinian. My mom's roots are Palestinian, and then my dad's side, he's like Palestinian, but he's also like half black on his side, more like North African. My sister even did a DNA test for like 40% North African, 52% Palestinian. So I'm, mixed here and there. But pretty much like my culture is Arabic. Yeah, but that's where the black comes into me.
Yeah,
but
that's where
Arabic,
no, what I'm saying is that's where the size 15 shoe came in. That's where the big cock came in, right?
Exactly. Exactly. You feel me?
So let me ask you, man, like when people ask you, whether it be a girl or fucking anybody, like when people ask you what you do, like, oh, what do you do for a living? Like, what do you tell them?
Originally, I would always just say YouTuber because that's all I've been doing for most of my life. But now I don't even want to be classified as like a YouTuber or like a content creator. It's almost like disrespectful to me at this point because I'm thinking way bigger than that. I'm just using this to scale myself as an individual to, grow thousands of businesses under my belt. I'm really just an entrepreneur in heart, and I just want to create and develop the coolest shit in the world, honestly.
No, I mean, bro, look at, man, I've been vocal about, I'm not a big fan of YouTube. Right. Except for the fact that, let's say, for instance, I need to do it yourself. Like, okay, well, look, my air filter just fell off. Boom. How the fuck do I install it? And there's really some informative things in there.
Exactly.
And there's some decent music. But like, I hate that term. And I'm sorry, like, if you fall into that. But like my sons, I remember my oldest son, when he graduated from kindergarten a couple years ago, they're like, oh, my name is this and I want to be this. And like, bro, 30 kids in his class, like 20 of them said, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah, man.
Like, it's just,
that's what it's turning into.
It bummed me out, So like, whatever. But I don't want to disrespect because there's so many people I know that are on YouTube and they make the money there. But it's just
fact, and it's just entertainment for a lot of people. But I totally see where you're coming from.
I'm a boomer,
it's just
bro.
A lot of it's pointless, right?
So, yeah. So exactly. What was the first video game that you played that got you hooked into video games?
First game that got me hooked, RuneScape. Easy answer. I was obsessed with RuneScape. My dad even ended up smashing a keyboard on me one time. Like, just smashed my keyboard on me for playing like over 12 hours when I was like 10 years old. But Halo 3, have you ever heard of that game, Halo?
Come on, bro.
There you go.
There's only two games. Bro. You know what's crazy is, look, I'm OG, right? I remember when the first video game hit the country, like USA, like, or, North America, like, Pong. Yeah. And then there was Atari, and then there was ColecoVision. Then there became like Nintendo and all kinds of different things after. And I'm talking, this is, late 70s, early 80s. So imagine, like, I've been obsessed with arcades and videos. I'm more like into, kids now, they love to play at home. Like, I wasn't about that. I like to go to the arcade because it's like you interact with people. We live in a different society now. People don't want to talk on the phone. They don't want to socialize. It's different. So like, when Counter-Strike and all that shit started becoming big, I never understood what the fuck was going on because I would go to like internet cafes in Asia. I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing? And I always saw these like rifles and shit, whatever, on a computer screen. And I'm like, why is everything on a PC? I just never put two and two together, right? So anyways, going forward, I'm high as a motherfucker, like 2005, 2004. And my boy's like, hey man, let's play this game, Halo. And I'm like, all right, fuck it, whatever. So we started playing. Next thing I know, I'm not bullshitting you, Nordan, I'm lit, right? Bro, 13 hours later, I'm like, bro, is it really 6 in the morning right now?
Hooked.
Yeah, and I couldn't believe it. And then
that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, it was the only two games I played were like, I've never played Counter-Strike, never played League of Legends, never played World of Warcraft, whatever the fuck it is. But I've played COD.
I didn't play any of that either, man.
Yeah. So they're existing games, I get it. When did you realize that your gaming shit was going to turn into something profitable?
So I honestly did some scumbag things when I first started making money online because I didn't realize that it was fucked up to do at the time. I was only like 13 or 14, and a lot of people wanted to pay me to be on my friends list at the time. And I was like, for real? And people tossed me like 20, 50, $100 at the time to just add me on Xbox. So I like at the time made videos saying like, yo, I'll add you guys on Xbox if you guys pay me. So I was making like 2 racks a month when I was 14. But then that obviously became like super. Yeah, that became like super whack. So like when I was 15, 16, I didn't make any money because I stopped doing that. And I wasn't like making enough videos to like generate enough income. But then come 16, 17, when I really started just grinding every day and I wasn't making enough money, but I started doing like the real life stuff and the longer videos and like the more interactive, like, you know, live commentary gameplay stuff. And then that's when I immediately turned up from like making around, you know, 1,000 a month to like 7,000 to 10,000 a month for like my whole time I was in senior year of high school.
Holy
and then
shit, that's a lot of money for a high school kid. That's a shit
you know,
ton.
So I told my principal that and everything, and like they needed me to go to summer school, but I wanted to focus on work. So he was like, listen, man, if I were you, I would just drop this whole school thing. And if this doesn't work out, we're here, man. We're not going anywhere.
Wow.
But this opportunity of yours might disappear. So my principal told me to drop out of high school, man. Like,
wow.
If that, you know what I mean? Like,
what a
he
cool
really believed in
motherfucker,
me.
bro. My principal wanted to kill me.
Man.
I got kicked out of
So he's a cool motherfucker.
Bro, I got kicked out of 6 schools, you know? In fact, hold on. What year were you born?
96.
That's crazy. My first time ever in Toronto was in 96. It's nuts.
Damn, it's meant to be, bro.
And I was partying out there, chilling in the clubs. So you figure that out. But wait a second, I don't really know. And again, bro, remember, I have a personal relationship with you. No business, no nothing, right? Even though you've bought chains, you know, I never cared about that. Like I've never, ever.
Yeah, of course.
In fact, I try not to talk about Joy with you. So I don't really know. I just rep. But what year did the clan start?
2010. We're actually coming up on our 10-year birthday on the day actually after my birthday. May 30th is Faze's birthday. May 29th is mine. So on May 30th, we are turning 10 years old as a team.
Holy shit. My son's birthday is May 23rd. So you guys are Geminis. That's crazy. That's dope.
Wow. Yeah, we're the whole Gemini.
And you're a very Gemini because, you know, I'm an Aquarius. So Aquarius and Gemini, the Gemini kind of goes hand in hand, which is crazy. So the clan is 10 years. Who were like the first like few people that jumped in and then
so they honestly, they're all pretty much gone except for Clips. Like he's still around, he still does his thing, but 2 of the original guys, like it was Housecat, Clips, and Resistance kind of like we just didn't mesh well with him, to be honest. Like, and he never even wanted to be a part of us while we were going up. He more chose the route to like kind of talk shit about us and not be homies with us when we would have, you know, given him a lot. But that turned out pretty sour the way it did. And the original creator, Housecat, he's from Canada. He just has no interest in this shit anymore. He doesn't care. He doesn't really care to be involved anymore. And like we've reached out in the past, but he's just not interested for some reason. He doesn't feel like this is his calling or what he's interested in doing. So, you know,
it'd be like that sometimes, bro. You know, I've been a part of some big crews, dog. Like I'm talking like from Rockefeller to like fucking to World Star and things. And I'm part of family. And it's like, you know, I'm in this, some people just, you know, I'm a lone wolf, bro. You know, I'm always solo. Even though I got my crews, I have my companies, but
facts, me too, bro.
So hold on, you guys were all just basically Housecat. What did he play? Was he playing Counter-Strike?
So them, it was specifically Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Specifically, that was like the first like game that really popped Faze off, and like that's when they were really growing.
Okay, and
from Modern Warfare 2. That's 2010. Yeah, May 2010.
Okay, so explain to the people, like I have, obviously my fan base is very wide. There's definitely a lot of gamers.
Not playing video games all day.
No, but there's a lot. I have a lot of gamers that, you know, definitely play games as younger. I have a very wide demographic. It's very different with me compared to anybody else, right? Because I hit so many different genres and so many different demographics. But can you explain what the fuck a trick shot means? Because I don't know what the fuck that means when you tell me, oh, he does trick shots. What the fuck does that mean?
So pretty much like when you break down a gameplay, like most like kill feed based clips would be like how many kills you can get consecutively in a short amount of time where it looks cool. A trick shot would be the equivalent of like a skateboard trick shot in Call of Duty. So you'd be spinning around doing some shit and then no scoping the guy from like a distance for like a cool shot. So it's like a trick shotted sniper shot on Call of Duty. And then usually you'd like base it around the kill cams, then you get the kill cam, get everyone's reaction. It was just part of like the culture, you know what I mean? Like every kid that grew up playing that shit, they would all just go into private map search and destroy and try to like hit a trick shot. And that's like what was different about FaZe is that we were the first team to collectively do that as a team.
So trick shot's kind of like flexing. It's kind of like a 360 dunk. Is that what you're trying? Like,
yeah, it literally, exactly. So it's a constant like dunk contest.
Okay, and it's hard to do. It's hard to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because it requires someone to actually be good at trick shotting and then getting fucking lucky and hitting the actual trick shot. You feel me?
Yeah. So like 4 or 5 years ago, I decided to pick up the thing after like 10 years. and I'm playing with my boy, rest in peace, Q World Star, who owned World Star Hip Hop, and his son is a teenager, and I jump on, and I never went live before. It was the first time going Xbox Live, playing COD. I died in not even maybe 4 seconds. I was like, how the fuck is, and then the guy was saying, you fucking faggot. I was like, hold on, what? Who is this guy? And he's like, bro, we're just in the thing. And he's like, you don't know who these people are. I was like, I'll fuck that dude up. I didn't understand the whole thing. I was like, it's crazy. So that's dope. You turn this into an insane, like, a conglomerate of, and everyone has, it's going to the fucking Olympics, right? Am I crazy? Or is it not? Or
maybe on the like StarCraft, Dota, League of Legends side. North American esports hasn't got there yet. There's a lot more funding and money and longevity really in like the Asian side of esports. They're killing it. They've been doing an amazing job for years. Like the North American region is just catching up.
I mean, my brother-in-law, my wife's brother, my brother-in-law, he works at Riot Games. He's one of the first employees that worked at Riot, and I didn't know anything about the game.
That's fire.
And when he shows me, he goes to Korea, he goes to Spain, he goes to all these places, and they fly these 5 dorky ass Korean dudes, like first class, put them in the nicest hotel, everything else. These guys make millions. And I'm like, this motherfucker.
Those guys are millionaires.
I'm like, this guy, I looked at one of the dudes, because I know, obviously, I'm from Korea, dog. You don't think I've been through Korea and I've been through, but these dudes literally look like they just ate a fish, like they caught the motherfucker with their mouth. They look crazy as fuck. These motherfuckers look like dorks. They definitely ain't never got their dick sucked before. And I'm like, you tell me these dudes are bought. And then he showed me, they're in Paris, and they sold out like a 35,000 person arena to play. I'm like, is this real life, bro? It's crazy. But
it goes crazy over there.
I know it's different with you guys.
North America hasn't caught up yet.
And like, well, hold on. What does Ninja play? Because I don't really know. But
Ninja, he like has been around for a long time. He started on Halo, played H1Z1, but he really popped off on Fortnite. He like blew up as that game was popping up. So he was like the poster guy behind Fortnite as it was getting big.
Do you play any other traditional video games? Like you play NBA 2K? I don't know. Do you play like?
Of course. I love
you do?
2K.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Hey man, I'm in the game.
I played it recently. Yeah, I know you're in the game.
Now I'm in the park, so you can actually play me in the game with the tattoos.
I saw that on your story the other day. I was like, oh shit. Love to see it.
Did you ever play any throwback games, Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or any of that?
One of my favorite games growing up was Def Jam Fight for New York.
Oh shit.
Have you played that game?
Well, no, that's like game. Way after my time. Like it was like I was already too old and kind of like, eh.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of games growing up, you know what I mean? But I always stuck with like the ones that I actually spent most of my time with like Halo, Call of Duty, RuneScape, stuff like that.
I mean, I'm still tripping on the fact that you were getting $50 to $100 just to add somebody on your friend. Like this nuts, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I could fucking.
That's just not cool. I was just a kid. I didn't realize.
Hey man, who gives a fuck? 13? Fuck, I'd have did this shit. I did that shit at 25. I don't give a fuck. So on the business side, right? I know that like the clan has merchandise and everything else. Do you feel like the business side has made the video gaming, like the industry, not as fun anymore, or has it made it better? Like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, the thing is, people don't really understand. Like, we don't really have competition, to be real with you. Like, FaZe, for what it is that we're in a league of our own because, like, esports teams, like, they're big because of the league spots that they have. Like, for example, Call of Duty is about $20, $25 million to get into a league spot there. League of Legends is probably a lot more. Dota is probably a lot more. So that's where the worth comes in. FaZe Clan's valuation, like we don't even have spots like that. And our valuation is way bigger than these companies. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It's because of the entertainment aspect that we bring with it. Like we're just that full package of entertainment, merch,
personalities.
We're just that full, exactly. Like
swag.
No other team has that. You know what I mean? So that's the difference between FaZe and everyone else.
But what I'm saying is like right now with the merchandising deals and stuff, like, I have a huge, endorsement deal with Network. You guys are with Network now and everything. Like,
yeah, of course, Jimmy. He's a main investor now.
Do you feel like it's taken the fun out of it, or you think it's enhanced it and made it better?
It definitely enhances the business, but it takes away the fun in it, in my opinion, because it's way less organic than what it used to be. FaZe is a lot more corporate now than it was,
Yeah, no, I feel
and a lot of the fans realize that, and they know it's not the same anymore. But we're doing our best to make sure that the fans always just feel that vibe of connection to us, and everything that made FaZe great in the beginning. Like we're always trying to hold on to our roots and just make sure that all the motherfuckers that support us from day one are still happy and still feel valued.
Right. So with that said, then, like, what do you have any hobbies that are outside gaming? Like, what do you like to do besides when you're not
Dude, I'm
gaming?
pretty versatile. I like doing anything. I like improving at anything. But right now, I'm just really business mindset, and I really am just trying to just focus on a lot of work, man, and focus on a lot of business and things I'm creating in the future.
Besides like girls and this and that, what do you like to do? Like, what do you do for fun? Is what I'm asking.
Fuck, man, work.
Damn.
Because video games ties into my work, so it's like
No, same with
jet
me.
ski. I guess jet skiing is the one thing that gets away that's not really paying me shit. I like jet skiing.
Where do you jet ski at?
But I used to just jet ski a lot in Balboa, like when I was in Newport.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, Balboa Island.
All the time. Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, you still have you like cars, right? Or you still not?
Love cars.
You had an R8. You still got your McLaren?
Yeah, I still got my McLaren and my Tesla out.
Wait, so
And
you
then
still
my
got
M5.
the still got the McLaren with the wheels I got you?
Yeah, I still got your wheels, of course.
This is sick. So, I mean, what's the fastest you've gone in your McLaren?
McLaren, I've been kind of a bitch, I'm not going to lie, because I was after I got it tuned and I was a little bit afraid. So I've only got like 140 in the McLaren, 185 steady in the R8, like daily.
Really? In the
But
R8?
Oh, yeah, that shit's soft, though. I could drive that with a pinky. But I was flying 185 every day till I had to reevaluate my life and said, this is probably not what I should be doing every day.
I don't think, look, bro, I had one of the first R8s that first came to LA when they first came out, Iron Man days, 08. I don't think I would ever go 180 in that fucking car. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but it was a dope car.
Well, they were rear-wheel back then too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, mine was an all-wheel drive. It was the first 2017 model in
they changed it.
North
Listen,
America.
Around 15 is when they changed the game.
Crazy.
15.
Yeah, 17 was like its own like model though. It had the front new grille. It had that spoiler already coming with it in the back. It was like the first of its kind. That shit was fire.
So I know for fun, and it's legal in the entire country of Canada. It's recreational here in California.
I'm a Canadian citizen, guys. Are we ready to talk about weed?
Yeah, when'd you start smoking weed?
On about the end of 2015. The first time I ever smoked was when I was 14 years old, and I would do it a few times a year up until I started smoking regularly. But I just never felt like it fit into my lifestyle until it did fit into my lifestyle. I just needed to focus on work and adjusting who I was before I really dwelled into smoking a lot. Because I feel like it can be very detrimental for people that don't have shit going on if you just smoke all day,
It's very difficult to be a productive stoner. I've mastered that.
Exactly.
And I've learned how to turn my creativity into that. But, I started smoking at 13. I took a 9-year hiatus, the longest ever.
Yeah, I remember you told me about that when that shit went down.
Well, I almost overdosed. Well, I had a mild overdose on coke. And so what happened was I was capping off cocaine on top of my joints and on top of bong hits. And every time I smoke weed after, I haven't done coke ever since that day. I went to the hospital, fuck cocaine. I hate that drug. But every time I smoke weed.
Wait, you put coke on the top of your bong hits?
Yeah, they're called Cocoa Puffs. It was like Primos. Yeah, it took me to a whole different level. It was the worst thing ever. That's why I don't smoke sativas. I can't be on that uppity shit. I'm a already intense, hyper person. You know me to be crazy. But yeah, bro, I couldn't smoke weed because it just triggered it. And one day, I just really found a good OG Kush and, a nice indica and just boom and just, it helped me with anxiety and other stuff. And, that's my next question. Let's talk about anxiety, bro. Have you ever had an anxiety attack before?
Of course, man. I used to have what's the word? Crippling anxiety for the last year or two of my life. I mean, me and you have talked a lot, personally. So people don't know that, but me and you have talked obviously a lot. And yeah, man, that shit ruined my life for a long time.
It can literally, when you say cripple, it could handicap you for staying in a room.
Literally, facts. It would make things encounters that most people wouldn't even realize is a problem. It's crippling for me. It's
it's the worst. You can't talk to anybody. You'd be in a car. You'd be like, oh fuck, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to answer. When did you have your first anxiety attack?
Probably when I was really young, man. It's always really been a part of who I am, and I've just been spending the last year trying to restructure who I am and just really dig down on my roots and just fix all those fucking back-ended issues, Yeah. I feel like we all just have it. It's all from our upbringing,
What have you found helps with anxiety?
To be real with you, something I've never even publicly spoken on my personal channel or anything yet, because people take it the wrong way and have misconceptions on it, but microdosing mushrooms really changed a lot for me.
Hey, bro,
I was able. Yeah,
it's another natural drug, dog. It's from the earth. Homie, I got no issues with mushrooms. The only thing that sucks is it just now they have them in the little powder form, but I'm talking about real mushrooms.
Natural mushrooms, of course.
Yeah, I just can't get past the taste. I've done it with chips, with chocolate, certain things.
It's disgusting.
But
you just have to get over that.
I can't get over that first 30, 45 minutes when I get the stomach ache and I'm about to hit that hump. After that, it's whoa, because you're you could be on mushrooms imagine being on mushrooms today and then be on that and then come back and be like, yo, you guys are fucking buzzkills, dude. Like, really? Coronavirus? Like, fuck that, dude. You guys are tripping. Like, you know, it makes you so much more just like, dude, like, you know, you're not worried about things. So that could be dangerous too, you know, if you have things you should worry about. But
for sure. I mean, that also depends on the dose, you know, it depends on if it's going too much serotonin to your head or the kind of headspace you're in. Yeah. But with microdosing, it like I took some earlier today. You probably like I'm not tripping or anything. You know what I mean?
But what's microdosing? Just, like I used to take an eighth at a time.
For me, it's just like no, I see way less than that. I'm talking like 2 caps and like a stem type shit. You know what I mean?
Shit, yeah,
like soft shit, and it just works in the back end. You don't even like really feel it affecting you, but it enhances everything and really gets your mind just working critically. And like you already know all. Is it cisabilin? I always forget how to pronounce that word. But you know all the positives that come with that, and
100%.
Being able to like
100,000,000%.
change your neural pathways, like you know, overnight type shit, and like that, it's worked for me. And it's not like a drug where you depend on it like something else. Like I feel like I can still take a week or 2 off shrooms after, and like I still take all those valuable lessons and perspectives I learned on shrooms, and I'll still bring them with me with no side effects type shit. So that's something I'm a big believer in. But it's just very easy for it to go wrong. So I can understand why people can't all dwindle in it.
I mean, when I used to go through like my states of, you know, depression and stuff, I would take 5-HTP and it always worked. It was an amazing thing, you know, bring your serotonin levels up. It would just, it always worked. I don't know why I haven't taken it, but you know, like I have so many other things I'm dealing with. Like, but as far as like, this ain't about me, it's about you. So like with success, young age, you know, popularity, you're a likable person, you're a handsome dude, everything going for you. Like you went through some like stages of depression in the last like few years, haven't you? And like,
for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just getting out of it now, and it feels amazing, man. Like I'm on such an up, and like I just never felt like this day would ever come. I never felt like, even with all the downs and like, you know, I've just been in the hospital the last couple of days, like I still can't help but feel positive because like I knew I finally got out of it. So I always told myself like, bro, if I ever get out of this over the next few years, like even just for like a week or a month, I'm never going back. You know what I mean? Because like I just needed to know that one day I could get over it, and that'll always help me in the future.
And know this, a lot of people here will never see the correlation between me and you, and then they'll sit there and be like, oh, he made a chain. And then they understand that, you know, a little bit ago I just mentioned, I don't even talk about jewelry with you. I think the people should know that
It's crazy. Our jewelry does not come up ever when we talk.
And neither does gaming, right? And it's like, I was genuinely concerned to the point where I'm out of the country and I'm making calls because I'm worried about your well-being. I'm almost about to reach out to your mom. Like, that's how concerned I was, you know what I mean? And it's like, look, bro, I don't know. I've only known you for 3 years, but I look at you like my little brother. So it's like, you know, I was really worried. And for me to reach out to people, not in a disrespectful way, I was really concerned. And I hope you understand, like, I'm so happy.
Of course, man. That's why I always got that love for you, man. Like, you really are a big brother to me, like, for everything that you've shown me over the last few years.
I mean,
for real.
I mean, I'm just so glad. Like, what suggestions do you have for kids out there? Like, because, you know, look, you could be a kid. You're going through what's going on right now in the world. You're like stuck at home. Yeah, you're playing video games. Maybe you're smoking weed. Maybe you're drinking lean. Maybe you're doing other shit because you see whatever. But what advice do you have a kid who's just like, yo, I don't know what to do. I'm stuck. I'm so confused. I'm fucking bummed out. Like, what would you tell us if some kid had access to you? Like, you knew the kid, you know, and he was like 18. He's like, yo, Nordan, man, I feel like I'm just stuck in my life and I'm depressed. I don't know what to do. And I mean, I know this is on the spot, but I'm just curious.
I mean, yeah, every situation is completely variable too. You know what I mean? Because like for some reason it's girl related. Some people it's work related. Some people it's drug related. It's always like a different thing. But one thing that will help all of that is loving yourself and knowing yourself. That's like, I feel like one of the most important things.
100,000.
And just figuring yourself out. You know what I mean? So if you have to take a step back from whether it's girl, drug, work, whatever it is, to really find yourself and evaluate and figure out who you really are and what your purpose is, I feel like you can win in all of those scenarios.
Dog, listen, bro, you got to love yourself before you could love anybody. Your mom, your dog, fucking anyone, homie. You have to.
You can't be the best version of you until, I mean, you can't give like people the best version of you until you are that best version. So you got to just keep working on you and make yourself the best that you can be.
My homies back like 20 years ago in 2000, we were all real tight. Everyone's kind of, you know, blow up. Everyone's doing things, but they all did everything as a crew. And I was like, hey, man, I got to step back. I got to focus on me. I have to dead all the homies. I got to dead them. I don't care what y'all think. I got to be selfish. And I didn't fix myself right now because I'm not happy with myself. And I got there, boom. And then, you know, it could be another stage in life. All right, well, boom, 2005 now. Damn, you know what? I'm tripping. I need to check myself and I need to really figure out okay, boom, here it is. And, you know, you just got to step back sometimes and, get the outside perspective. Step outside of your own self. Like, I know it sounds crazy, right? Like, sounds like some weed trip or some mushroom trip, but you have to step out of your body and analyze yourself and be like, all right, dog, what do I like about myself? What is bothering me? Okay, let's fix this. Okay, but the main thing, like you said, is loving yourself. That's the good thing.
One of the most important things. It really is.
So let me ask you, Matt, and I know you have to have haters and this or whatever, but I mean, but the crazy part is some of the haters come like inside the circles, what's fucked up, right? Like in my life, it's happened all the time.
Yeah, of course. But, fake friends, fake love.
How do you deal with fake homies? Like, did you notice when your drip was down, like, dog, you're just down, right? Did you know any of the homies around, like whatever, like anyone would change?
Fuck yeah, bro. It's all I notice. All I do is pick up on people, and I've noticed how people weren't there for me during my down, and then when I'm up, they're all in my ear and trying to congratulate me and I see all that, man. I see through it all. So, I'm not going to be petty about it, but people will definitely just know. They'll notice a different energy switch for me because, I don't value, like, it's very easy to be kind to someone when they're up and when they're doing well. You know what I mean? It's very easy. Everyone wants to be around that. But how you treat people when they're going down or when they're not shit, it's what really sets people apart. And that's why I always had, like, such a strong respect for you, because I was like, Ben doesn't need shit out of me. Like, you don't need shit out of me. But you've always just gone out of your way to just be there for me and care for me and, hit me when you can just fucking FaceTime Drake or anyone whenever you want, that shit. Or you care about me for me. So that has always stuck out to me,
Bro, I got a lot of businesses. I have 3 children who are very demanding. They're young. They want to be around their dad. I travel a lot. For me to even drive to the fucking FaZe house and drop off little gifts and stuff, it's tough. But I do what I can. At the very least, I want to make sure that I can hear your voice and be like, hey, look at Nordan, dog. You my little bro. I love you, homie. If there's something, I need to go over there and smack somebody. Do I need to smack you even? Like, what do I got to do? And I just always know that you always have that open invitation to hit me,
My man, I appreciate you.
What was the first big purchase you made once you made some real money? I ain't talking about the 10 grand. I'm talking about when you made some.
So my first million, after my first $1 million, other than my mom's Louis Vuitton fund, that's a whole different thing. And my sister's university fund. Other than that, dude, to be honest, up until I made $1 million, I didn't buy anything but a $3,000 computer. I didn't spend money on shit up until I had $1 million. That was kind of how I dealt with shit. And that's why I was able to not really make money the last couple of years and, still spend crazy and be fine and not go bankrupt or anything because, I did myself a favor in the beginning.
What was your first big purchase?
Probably the R8, 245K cash straight up. Nice. I didn't lease or finance. I just bought all my cars cash.
Well, the good thing is,
but
no, fuck that, whatever. I would have told you differently to show you how to make the money and not lose, but
yeah, big facts.
Damn, your sister's school, that's awesome. That's admirable. Fuck. And listen, man, taking care of your mom and getting her a nice bag is such a big deal. People be like, oh, it's materialistic. Man, listen, you can't tell a woman that shit. You know what I mean? You want to make sure she looks cool in front of her friends.
A month before that, I retired her from work. She was working at a dollar store 50 hours a week for her whole life. And then a month before that, I retired her in 2014. She hasn't worked a day since. So it's almost been 6 years.
I love you even more now, just hearing that. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's all for moms first.
Have you ever had an actual job, like a regular job, working at a fucking store? I don't know, anything?
So right before I actually started really making money with this shit, it's funny. I got offered a job at Urban Outfitter because I worked there for co-op for school for some credits. And they offered me the job at the end. And I wasn't really feeling it because I wanted to pursue the YouTube shit. I was making 2 racks a month. And I knew that I was just on the right end of making 6, 7 a few months away. I just knew I was coming up on that. So I just told my mom, nah, I'm not feeling it. And then she even got me the Tim Hortons interview right before. So I kind of buzzer beated it right there. 2 months away, I started making a few bands. And she's like, okay, never mind. We good.
Yeah, dude, you're blessed then, bro. I had some fucking shitty jobs growing up, dog. I understood.
Yeah,
I mean,
I honestly missed the cut.
Bro, you're seriously, this is you're a godsend. This is or you've been just, someone's looking out for you because that's incredible. On your Twitter profile, you have this thing, it says Billionaire Mindset.
Yes, sir.
And honestly, you're young. I think you possibly have a chance. I mean, do you have aspirations to become a billionaire? Is that a goal?
Well, I never used to really care too much about money like that. Of course I cared, to a certain extent. But then I realized that billionaires equals fucking freedom. And I value my freedom more than anything. And I value not being told shit. I value that a lot. So I realized that the only people that get away with everything and the only people that, have the most freedom are billionaires. So that's what needs to fucking happen. And I told you I'm an entrepreneur by heart. I know I can have 1,000 businesses under my belt by the time I'm 30. So I just know that. Like, you know what I mean? I look at businesses and I just know that I can make things better. And I just understand marketing, branding, and all that. So I'm just very aspirational about all that. And I just know I can make it work. To me, it's not even about if it's going to happen. It's more about a when.
Oh,
like, I'm that amazing. Confident about it.
Look, man, that's amazing. Yeah, I have zero aspirations to do that. I think I've.
But the thing is, you got kids, so it's completely different.
Yeah. No, I'm just
if
saying.
I had kids, I'd be in a whole different boat.
No, I'm just saying I'm content. Recently, inside the last year, it's crazy, right? My accountant, my CPA, my wealth manager, he had me sit down with this dude. I won't bring up his name. He's worth about 40, 50 bill. And he actually did the Oracle deal. He was Steve Jobs' banker. Like, I sat down with this dude. Obviously, we sat down in Atherton, Menlo. This is, obviously that's the mecca of Silicon Valley. And we're talking. And this dude, like, one of the things I like about having money is convenience. It doesn't make me happy or anything. It's, it just makes my life easier. Like, maybe I don't want to sit there and be like, oh, you know what, dog? This costs $7. This costs $200. You know what? I'm gonna say, no, fuck all that. If when you just want something, you want it right there. You don't want to think about shit sometimes. And that's nice to have that security and the convenience. But I'm talking to this dude. He spends $1 million a year, which is not very much, but it's a salary. He spends $1 million a year for, I don't know if they're computer hackers or if they're whatever they may be, but instead of like SEOs, you know how SEOs work?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So like
search engine optimization.
Yeah. So he's like doing that except the reverse. So he's paying two people $1 million to make sure his name never pops up. The only time if you Google his name,
so on some Rothschild shit.
Yeah. If you Google his name, you will see the company he's attached to, well, his main one, which is like I forgot, it's not a hedge fund, but anyways, there's like one company. And then other than that, you will not see his name anywhere. And this motherfucker used to own the Warriors and everything else. And I was like, I didn't realize how, like right now, it's impossible. Bro, there's so much shit on the internet of me. It's impossible to wipe it, for millions upon billions. I've done too many articles, too many interviews and shit, but it was really impressive. And I realized how difficult that is. So it's just a trip. No, that's dope. And look at, man, I hope you do fucking become, a billionaire someday. But you're still really young, right?
Yep.
So with that, do you have any like mentors? Is there anybody you look up to in business, in life, or anything?
To be honest, Steve Jobs. I really, that's like one of the only people I really look up to, but he's gone, so that sucks.
Yeah.
But I really look up to Steve Jobs. I really like what he did. And I just love anything that he touched turned to gold. So.
And he went against everyone's fuck. They're like, oh, you're crazy. He's like, nah, fuck that. We're going to do this.
Yeah, man. Like I just love the energy. I love the crazy energy.
I mean, bro, I met dude in 2007. Crazy, right? Like we did the first iPhone case that was outside of like, like the main companies like InCase and like, I think, no, Spec wasn't around. But we did the first like iPhone case with LRG and it was crazy. So I got to meet dude and, he obviously had the product in his hand. I was like, yo, it's dope. I fuck with dude. I didn't fuck, like, there's people I know that fuck with him on a different level. Like, they're like, really, like, I'm sure you do. I'm like, cool. But I respect everything he's done. And obviously, California, everything. So obviously, we're coming to the end of this now. And, it's got to be mentioned. Bro, what are your thoughts on this coronavirus situation now, man?
Fuck, man. Half of me feels like it was man-made and half of me feels like it's just nature doing its thing because like it was bound to happen. You know what I mean? So, I know how serious you take it. I know how long you've been on. I've been seeing your tweets forever. I know you care about this shit a lot. I've been an asshole and I've been treating it as serious as, I should have. But it's hard to have an opinion on it because a lot of things make sense, It's just really hard to have one strong opinion. I'm just open-minded a lot, but what's up?
You just said something right then and there. You said, hey, I know that you're very serious about blah, blah. Look it, man. I'm serious about it to a certain extent to protect my son because he has respiratory illness. But this is the thing. Tell these people, did I mention once to you, like while I watch your stories, you guys are out doing whatever, did I ever message you, be like, hey, motherfucker, stay at home? Did I ever say anything to you?
Not a single time, no.
Okay, and you know what? I tell people very recently more than ever because a lot of people are opinionated about things. I say, look, man, I couldn't imagine living in a world where everyone agreed with me. Everyone wanted the same shit. Like there has to be contrast and, there has to be different things in your life. And it's like, bro, I'm not going to tell some 23-year-old kid who's rich, got his own paper, like some old dude be like, yo, man, you should do this. Like, no one should tell another grown man what to do. I should tell a general message out there. But you guys go have fun. I just hope you guys are safe. You know, I've seen your stories recently. I'm like, this motherfucker's crazy, man. But it's all good. You know, like, you do realize it's not a joke. You know, it's serious.
No, for sure.
You know,
it's super serious.
I've had a few people die that I know.
Yeah, man. No, I see it.
So obviously with that, it's obviously increased gaming even more, which is crazy, right? YouTube even more, podcasts even more, right?
Yeah, I mean, it helps all the online businesses, man. For real.
How have you been keeping yourself busy, like during the lockdown?
I mean, nothing changes. To be honest, it actually helps my life a little bit, if anything. If I'm being completely honest. Christ. No traffic on the road anymore. I need to get my quick little errands here and there. You know, I'm just focusing on videos. People are home to watch them. Just like, you know, I'm grabbing just like groceries, fucking
Are you wearing
Sprite.
A mask at least? Are you like wearing a mask and shit?
Half and half sometimes, you know, every now and then.
Oh man, you fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Jesus Christ. But I mean, for the most part though, I mean, it hasn't like for me, I'm like, come on, bro. I have a retail store. You know, I have other businesses that are non-essential. So it's like, it stopped all my income. I mean, thank God, obviously I have, you know, a nice nest egg I've saved and I'm good and I could survive I could probably live my exact lifestyle with not $1 coming in for the next decade or so. And that's hard to do. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. My bills are disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
I believe you.
But
if my bills are still disgusting, I'm sure yours are disgusting.
I mean, bro, just my kids' tuition is $10,500 a month. Just the 3 kids. Imagine. That's like one. Let's not get into the car. Dude, my insurance, health insurance, car insurance, the fucking other shit. It's gross.
Yeah, I could imagine.
So for the most part, like, you don't think it affected your life or anything? It's not. I mean, do you know anybody who got coronavirus? Any friends?
My sister, she tested positive. She was quarantined in my apartment for 2 weeks, and she has asthma too. Shit. Yeah,
so
she's recovered around a week ago. She's been able to go out and everything too. She was fine. She just got like a really bad cold, really bad fever, and you know they did their thing, and she just waited it out, and it just went away as a fever would. But I totally get how it affects, you know, certain people with certain illnesses, and especially the elderly. So that's why it's super serious, because we don't want to affect any of them. So, you know.
No, for sure, bro. Hey, look, man, Nordan, it's so crazy because I've known you and we've had deep conversations. I think me personally, let alone the listeners, I have actually learned a lot more about you, and you're definitely way more well-versed, because I don't really see you talk too much unless you're like talking shit here and there and whatever on lives or whatever. But no, dude, first of all, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show and talking your shit.
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate you wanting me to have on here, for real.
Are there any shout outs you got? Anybody you want to shout out before we get off?
Fucking want to give a big shout out to T-Wop, the legend. He's been keeping me sane. He's my therapist while I'm out here. The only man I ever met that really gets me. And then my dog Alex, of course. You already know.
There we go.
That's about it, man.
You guys, man, that was a very special interview. I hope you guys cherish this motherfucker. Yo, Nordan, aka Faze Rain. I really appreciate you coming on again. Thank you again so much, bro.
Thank you, man.
And yo, Miles, man. Miles, do me a favor, because Nordan's a hip hop fan. So can we throw a little special Lakey Lake beat out there? Can you put that beat? Yeah, that's the one right there. Okay, that's the one. All right, y'all. We'll be right back. So yeah, that's my dog, Nordan. Make sure you check him out. You know, YouTube, Instagram page, all that stuff. Or his fucking, I should have asked him what his fucking Xbox gamer tag was. Or I'm sure it ain't hard to, it's easy to find. This dude is super fucking famous in the gaming space. He's really doing big things. And at 23 fucking years young, this fool has a net worth that's higher than mine. All right, and he's just getting started. Shit, one day I might help that fool get to that $1 billion faster, right? I might end up working with him. I was gonna say I might end up working for him, right? Whatever. I was like, come on, dog. Like, you know, I hold some motherfucking weight. Stop playing. Stop fucking with me. In positive celeb news, my guy Marshall Mathers, also known as Slim Shady or Eminem, just announced on his Instagram page that he has hit 12 years sober. Damn, D12, right? No drugs, no alcohol, and that's fucking incredible for M, all right? It's actually amazing because, you know, I'm back in the Aftermath days and all the touring and shit. He definitely had a problem back in the day. I remember this fool loved ecstasy. He loved pills, all right? That was his favorite shit ever. But of course, he drank, he smoked, he did it all, right? He was chasing the dragon for years. And it's truly remarkable. It's fucking inspiring that he's got over a decade of sobriety. I salute you, homie, all right? I tip my hat to you, Marshall. I have a hidden issue with my smoking and drinking because, I mean, at least in the last, 12 years or so, because I know how much my family needs me. And, I've set things in place like, my will and my trust for the kids and everything. But I remember my days of sipping lean, taking pills. And let me tell you, relapse is easier than saying yes to getting your dick sucked by a fine ass woman. I'm not even playing with you right now. Okay. So with that said, I want to take a minute out to tell you guys about the benefits of CBD. I'm being for real. All right. I've been taking CBD to help me sleep, to help with anxiety, even for like my back and neck pain. One of my boys, Joe, he owns a company called buylegalmeds.com. All right. Just like it sounds, buylegalmeds.com. And he's been on our show. His name is @Hustler on Instagram, like literally @Hustler. And he's been very supportive of Behind the Baller, of me, right? So we like to show love back, okay? He was actually one of the OGs in the CBD game. He began in the CBD industry in 2015. Motherfuckers didn't even start talking about that shit till 17, 18, 19, right? Anyways, Buy Legal Meds Cloud9 syrup is a staple product, all right? And it's also my go-to daily item. No joke, all right? Also, the Cloud9 CBD flower is the shit, all right? I smoke it. They have motherfucking pre-rolls, all that stuff. Gives you a great body high. It relaxes me. It's also great for anxiety and stress. It just really helps me calm down, all right? There's less than 0.3% THC, okay? The best part about all these products is that they can ship them to all 50 states in America, okay? All 50 states, man. Active 8 CBD Freeze is another product that's like one of my favorites, okay? I use that shit after I'm riding my Echelon stationary bike or when I'm taking a long ride on the bike with my son or anytime I exercise, because when I exercise kind of hard, I get sore. And the Activate CBD Freeze, that shit helps with sore joints, sore muscles. It's even great for arthritis. And tell you the truth, you already know I don't have arthritis, but I have shaky hands and whatever. And it helps. All right. Remember, guys, all the products on buylegalmeds.com are natural and legal. Okay. Most importantly, it's legal. Everything that they have is manufactured in Las Vegas, Nevada. All right. You don't have to worry. You will pass any drug test. Okay. Buylegalmeds.com ships again to all 50 states and even some countries. So right about now, to show extra love during the pandemic, we are doing a huge discount promotion for Behind the Baller listeners with a 50% off discount code. All right. Use Behind the Baller, discount code Behind the Baller for half off of everything on the site. Once again, that's buylegalmeds.com. Okay? No joke, yo. CBD is some good shit. Okay? It's helped me out a lot. It's helped my sister's pets. I'm not fucking with you. This is real shit. Okay? There's a reason why the NBA has made it legal and allowable, because I'm sure they don't want their fucking players getting dependent on opioids. And because look, man, an opiate addiction is no joke. All right. Depending on what specific painkiller you're on, that shit will kill you. CBD will not kill you. You know what else will kill you though? This terrible Los Angeles air quality. I don't get it. I mean, a lot of people are staying at home, but yet every time I check the SIG alert cameras or if I leave to go to the store, which is local, but I see cars like as if ain't shit changed. Right? I don't see many parking lots, filled, but I see cars everywhere. I see the freeways aren't empty at all. And with the latest LA Times news article about the air quality here, even in the quarantine, in this fucking pandemic, it's terrible. We rank the worst air quality in the world right now, which is a goddamn shame. Okay. And it's crazy. People are like, oh man, gas is so cheap, but we got nowhere to go. Well, apparently motherfuckers are going all over the place. And gas it's cheap everywhere else except California. Okay. Gas has definitely gone down a lot. It's shit. I mean, it's gone down at least $1, right? Which is an insane amount. Okay. But I'm seeing premium 93 octane gas in many different states for as low as $1.25 a gallon. Okay. Seen it at like 160 at highest. Meanwhile, it's still $2.75 at the lowest here to like $3.25 on average. Okay. And what's crazy is oil has tanked literally, pun intended. Crude oil plummeted this week. And if you want to break that down like to, barrels of oil and shit, you want to break it down to like as if it was gold, like to grams and stuff, right? A gallon of gas in actuality, and I'm talking about like fucking good gas. I ain't talking about no motherfucking 87, okay? That shit's around 10 cents a gallon, all right? So of course they're fucking us. And it's amazing. My Trackhawk averages like 7-8 miles per gallon. I've even driven the motherfucker 100 miles. And that motherfucker's down to like a quarter tank of gas. And I haven't even tuned my car or got any, upgrades done. My exhaust, the cold air filter, my pulleys, all that shit. And it's crazy because I was supposed to take my Trackhawk to Platinum to get some accents done, get my suspension installed. I got to get, I actually need to do a few motherfucking things. Need to get a couple things done on cars, but it just ain't the time. I get it, man. And like I said, I've been busy as fuck. And at late at night, I've just been staying up crazy late. I don't know what the fuck is up with me. I can't go to sleep. And I know it's not the time to check out cars, but I recently got in touch with one of our Behind the Baller listeners who is from Seattle, and he has an OG Hakosuka for sale. And that's the old school Skyline. You know what I'm saying? That's the OG 1969, 70, 71, 72, GTR Nissan. It's clean, man. He did a lot to it. He got it right. It's almost there. He's gonna sell it. I'm sure he will. There was a RX-3 for sale on buyertrailer.com, and it was fucking dope. He was also local too. I thought about it. It just wasn't there for me, man. And back to the Hakosuka. It wasn't at a price I liked, but he'll get rid of it, I'm sure. The condition, it was almost at the condition I want, but I need the motherfucker to be museum quality, because once I get that bitch, it's going to stay with me until I'm old, like 75, like that, like for real, all right? I've also been checking out some old school 1994 and also 2004 Ford F-150 Lightnings. In 2003, I used to have a F-150 Harley Davidson supercharged. I did all kinds of shit to it. I don't know why I didn't grab I should have grabbed the Lightning, but the Harley Davidson was much more plush. It was dope. I actually liked that car a lot. I thought about getting a Raptor, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing now? But having a Lightning just for fun, I don't know. I want one, but I don't know. Again, it's maybe not the time. What's funny is last night, I'm just going through, like, I'm looking at everything. I'm looking at stores, Japanese websites that do, consignment resell shit, and StockX, eBay, everything. And bear bricks are up, okay? Just going over all my valued stuff and doing like real estimate, real estimates. I mean, I must have added at least $38,000 last night, which, maybe it doesn't sound like a lot, but shit, for some toys, it is. And they're holding value. You guys remember, I've invested less than $60,000 into my entire, just bear bricks, not my cars, not my fucking Warhol, not any other toys, just my bear bricks, okay? And they're worth easily over $300,000. Just my bear bricks alone, easily. Not even blinking, right? So, man, listen, if you got it, good time to buy them, I have cement walls in my man cave, so it's solid as fuck down here. And an earthquake hit LA 2 nights ago, and I didn't feel a fucking thing. I didn't feel shit, okay? Last year, a pretty big earthquake hit just outside LA, and my bear bricks didn't move 1 fucking millimeter due to the strong foundation. Love that shit. Speaking of things that do hold value, my next Topps baseball card collab drops next week. It will be Mike Trout's rookie card. He is the only current player on that 20 list. And Mike Trout's fucking beast. This shit's going to be fucking hard as fuck. I can't wait to show you guys. So far, my last 2 collabs have been selling for a lot more than retail was. The artist proofs are going up for almost 1,000. And yeah, man, my Topps collab is on fire right now. I can't wait. Again, I can't wait for this pandemic to be done so I can go out and sign some cards and do all that shit. My gold vacuum sealer is currently reselling at $775 on average, which is now $25 higher than the average for my gold money counter. All right. Speaking of the gold vacuum sealers, Miles, could I get a drum roll, please? Here are the winners of the Ben Baller Did the Chain gold vacuum sealer, exclusively given away to Behind the Baller listeners. First is a lady by the name of Carolina Sosa from Northridge, California. Second winner is Bape from Dave. Anybody who fucking thinks I rigged this motherfucker, I will show you a motherfucking email stamp and show you the goddamn timestamp when the shit came in. That motherfucker came in 1 minute after Carolina or Carolina. And if you see Bape from Dave is always on my Instagram lives and stuff, good ass dude. He was fast and fuck with it. I don't know, man, that's crazy. But he's in Tokyo. So when that shit, let's see, it was 38 minutes in 12. It was fucking 4:30, 4:45 in the morning when this motherfucker sent the email in Tokyo. You're a beast, Dave. Straight up. Third winner is a guy by the name of Jeffrey Rivera. He did not say where he's from, but his IG handle is at ZenRasta or DJ ZenRasta or something like that. But at ZenRasta, congrats, Jeffrey. And last but not least, we have Robin Friend. I don't know if Robin Friend is I don't know if Robin, because I actually have a friend spelled Robin this way, who was a dude. I don't know if it's a dude or a girl, but Robin Friend from Playa del Rey, you won the last 4th gold vacuum sealer. Congrats, you fucks. Enjoy and seal up some broccoli for me. Oh yeah, last but not least, man, last topic of the show. Kobe Bryant's mom is auctioning off her 2000 Lakers World Championship ring, which was given to her by Kobe, which is, I'm like, it's so fucking 2020 of her to do this. And, you know, they had this bad blood and they had this issue with each other and whatever. And I don't know if she was allowed to go to I don't know what the fuck, man. Look, I can't speak on it because me and my dad don't have that relationship, you know, but it's just fucking crazy. You know, I don't know if it pains her to hold it on, but she's also selling the Olympic championship ring. And it's just like, I'm looking at the motherfucker. I have a 2000 championship ring, but it's got Kobe's name on it. I don't know, man. This is crazy. I'm going to watch it. We're going to see what's up. But the thing that sucks is only a small portion of the proceeds will go to the Mamba Sports Foundation and the Mambasita Sports Foundation. But look, there's a lot of other really amazing Kobe things for auction. Just Google it. I forgot what the fucking company was called. But there's Kobe game-worn shoes, autographed shoes. There's fucking jerseys. There's just so much insane Kobe memorabilia, like legit. I do feel some type of way again, you know, 5%. So let's just say the ring sells for fucking $100,000. $5,000 will go, let's say the highest bid is $100,000. Okay, for that one ring. All right. Or let's just, fuck that. If $1 million is fucking, they get $1 million for all the shit that's up for auction for this charity. I mean, 50 fucking grand goes to the charity. Like, it's just something wrong with that, man. You know, I don't know, man. I feel weird about it. 5% of the highest bid will go to charity. Come on, y'all. We got to do better. But okay, look, that is it for episode 75. Guys, listen, please listen to me. We have been fucking crushing it. Okay. Remember, this is an independent motherfucking podcast. All right. Asian, Korean, Jewish, Motherfucking Miles, what are you? Miles is part Asian, part white. Look, man, this is an independent, done in the home podcast produced by the Dust Brothers. We are out there crushing it right now. We are averaging big listener numbers, okay? But we still need you guys to subscribe. When you subscribe, the download numbers get different, but our listener numbers are crazy. Hit that subscribe button, please. All right. The listens and streams are crazy and they're nice, but the more subscribers that we get, the more Ben Baller stickers, the more merch I can give away. You know, I got the fucking Ben Baller hand sanitizer coming real soon. I'm only giving it away to Ben Baller podcast listeners. Thank you so much. I love you guys. You have no idea. Please tell your friends to tell their friends. Tell their friends to tell other friends about Behind the Baller podcast. All right. Look, yo, we are out of here. Lakey, take us to the crib, fam.